with everything that I do. Like I go live, I got a lot more people in my life now.
Wow.
Post something, I got a lot more people commenting on it, liking it. A big thing for me was my YouTube. A lot of people were like commenting on my YouTube, like, "Yo, I seen you last night in Syracuse, or I seen you last night in Brooklyn, New York." Like, what? On my YouTube though.
You see, I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin', Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look as chief, not lieutenant.
Anytime he wants to, he can come back.
Like,
And that'd be great if he did.
man,
That'd be
so many
great.
people would be happy about that.
For real. All right, you ready to go?
Let's get it.
Another episode of Live on Lake Street. We live, baby. We got a celebrity in the building. We got Tay Supreme. Man, fresh off tour.
Yeah.
We got to talk. Let's just open right up with the tour. I want to talk. So the first thing I want to know is, like, what was the culmination? How did it happen? Like, what was the process of getting on this tour?
So, which is crazy. It's crazy because like I didn't have no prior I never met Prof anything before that, you know, and I just basically got hit up by Wonka, and he was telling me like they were thinking about bringing me on tour, and he said to basically just expect a call or email or something. So I'm like, okay, you know, whatever that means. And then a couple days later, I don't even think it was a couple days. I want to say it was like a day later. I got hit up by Mike. I don't know if you guys know who Mike is.
Yes. Yep.
But I got hit up by Mike, and he basically asked me. He gave me a proposal for a tour, and was like, "Yo, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like, they're wishy-washy about tour, or, like, wanting to go on it just because they have stuff going on, or, like, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that." It was like, I understand if you don't want to go, but in my head, I'm like, bro, why would I not go? Like,
So it was like he was almost like asking you if you thought it was a good idea to go on tour?
yeah, not like it wasn't a good idea, but it was like he understood because I had just had you know what I'm saying, I had my son.
Yeah. Congratulations,
So, like,
by the way.
Appreciate you. Yeah, it was just like he understood that people have stuff going on, and that being away for a month, you know what I mean, could just be like you get taken away from a lot of stuff.
That's a temp check.
Yeah,
That's what that is.
he just wanted. I think like he just wanted to see where my head was at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a temp check. Like, is this guy serious?
He should have known.
He should have known.
He should have known.
He should have known. Definitely. So you immediately, I assume immediately you were like, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm going.
I'm going.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Where?
well,
When?
I've seen you guys go on tour before. I've seen how you guys' shows are. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that I want to go. Like,
And
I
you-
get that I have responsibilities and stuff.
And
but,
you
like,
super fit that bill too.
Appreciate
The
it.
energy,
I
the
did.
energy is very much the same as Prof's energy.
yeah.
I mean, maybe even more.
I feel like it was a great fit. I ain't gonna
It was
lie.
great. It's a great fit. I remember
was-
as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Yep,
I did think that though. At
great
first.
choice." You
I
didn't.
did. No, they like. All right, so like, I think they did this kind of on purpose, just to see like you said, a temp check.
Yep.
But they like just like would say like little stuff that just kind of like made you think twice, or like, you know what I'm saying, just kind of make you like a little bit nervous.
Like what?
Just how do I explain?
Like asking, like, do you think you can?
No, they see. Look, man, I ain't trying to put. I ain't trying to say too much, but like, they were just telling us like how other openers played out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessarily a great fit for them.
Ah.
They were telling us like he does like certain things like in the set to where it's like you can't have like any backgrounds at all, basically on your songs.
Yep.
So like, not that I need backgrounds or anything like that, because like I'm usually yelling over anything that I, you know what I'm saying, rap on, but like it was just like different for me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And it was just, he just made me feel like somewhat nervous, but not too much.
So
Not
it's
too
kind of
much,
like
but,
the unknown.
yeah, it was
the
like
un-
I was second guessing myself just because I feel like me and Prop didn't necessarily make the same kind of music. Like
Yeah.
we're both hype, but like not the same kind of music. And I wasn't like I didn't like know too much of Prop's music
Yep.
going into the tour. Like probably like 2 weeks prior, I started listening to more Prop just so I can get the feel for like how his crowd was. But like
What'd
prior
you,
to
what'd you
that,
think?
I thought it was lit.
Yeah.
You know, like he has millions of views. Like
Of
come on,
course.
bro. Like
Yeah. He makes that kind of music.
yeah.
So okay, so now you're on tour, and like, what is it? So like, let's just go to the first show, first night. What's it?
I was nervous.
Of course.
Probably like the first three. The first show, I was like somewhat nervous. I was probably the most nervous, but like 2 shows after that, I was like a little bit nervous, just because like when you're backstage and like you see the crowd,
Yeah.
it's predominantly white.
Of course.
So like I wasn't sure if my music was gonna fit. And prior to me leaving, I was just like skeptical. I was like second guessing all the songs that I was gonna do. I was like, dang, I don't know if this song is gonna fit. I don't know if this song is gonna fit. And everybody was just like basically like, bro, calm down. Like you got booked to do this because of you, for doing you, for how you know what I'm saying, how you work. So like, just do you, give them you. And that's always, I feel like that's always my problem. I feel like when I do songs with people, I feel like I gotta like kind of do it how like they do it, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When people just gotta remind me like, just do you,
Yep.
and that's why people like you. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You don't have to change for nobody. And like in Minnesota, I feel like specifically, it's just like you have to like, how do you explain it? Like, especially like with networking and stuff, like it almost seems like you have to like dick ride, almost. If that makes sense. Like you have to like,
I know what you're saying.
you know, like, and it's just like it's just not me. Like I like to do me in Minnesota, bro. A lot of people do not like.
You got to be overly let's put it that way. You got to be over complimentary of a person to get them to fuck with you if
Yep.
if they feel like they're at a level above you.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure. That is definitely. We can speak on Minnesota because that's what. Well, for me, that's what I know.
Yeah.
It might be like that everywhere, but you're right. It does seem that way, and I've had that issue just myself getting certain people sit in that chair.
Yeah.
It's like I might have said something negative about you at some point.
To where like they didn't. feel
Now they won't
comfortable
come
around
sit here. Like I can't have an opinion. Like you can't even have an opinion. You know what I mean? Like I can be a fan of you, and not even necessarily like your music.
it. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
You
Like
have
I
a great
can,
personality, man. And
Bro,
your music set. Your
exactly.
music set,
I can fuck with your work ethic. I don't have to listen to
real.
your shit to like it. You know what I mean? Like I'm 37, bro. I'm not listening to like drill music. That's not what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm listening to R&B.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's true. But the dick riding does seem to be at an all-time
Yeah.
high.
It was just, I don't know, like going on like the first 3 shows, like
Yeah.
you just seeing like the crowd, and then like the first 2 or 3 shows, it might have been, no, I think it was the first 3. The first 3 I went on first. After that we like switched off every night. But,
Okay.
like, the first 3 shows I went on first, and you know what I'm saying, going on first
Set the tone.
and on but going on first and thinking like, okay, this might not be my crowd, they might not like it, but it was like in my head I'm like, bro, you've done shows a million times. What are you second guessing yourself
Yeah.
for? So I just went out there and did exactly what I was supposed to do, and they loved it.
Was there any night where you went out there, did your thing, and you felt like they really weren't?
Fuck no.
Not one.
Not one time. The amount of love that we got after every show just like let me know. Like by the 3rd show, I was like, all right, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
For sure.
Like this, like every going on stage and performing in front of people that don't know who you are.
Yep.
They've never heard of you.
Yep.
They don't know nothing about you. They don't know what you're about to do. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I've been to a million shows. So like I don't necessarily like every opener that I've ever saw.
For sure.
Most openers I'm just like, man, where's the main
Next.
act? You know?
Yeah.
So
of course.
that's how I felt like they were gonna be towards me.
Yep.
You know? But like they weren't like that at all. They loved us.
Yeah, them white people that show up to see Prof, they're ready to party.
They're ready to party, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
They're ready to go. So, I'm curious about like a Prof tour. Like, are you around Prof all the time, or does he kind of separate himself?
I don't think he necessarily wanted to be separated, but just because of the COVID and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like they had to be somewhat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Separated. But he did a pretty good job at letting us know, like he liked us,
Yeah.
and like we were doing a good job, and like we'd run into him like at like sound check or like after the show, we, you know what I'm saying, kind of say what's up, kick it for like quick second. He'll probably give us like some advice for like good 10, 20 minutes, you know. But for the most part, yeah, they were like kind of secluded from us.
Okay.
Just because of the COVID, which I understood. You know, you gotta protect your bag. So
No partying with Prof.
the last show.
The last show.
The last show was like, all right, we're done. Like we're
yeah.
going home. We good. Like
That's
I can
dope.
go home and quarantine if I get sick.
That's dope. Is the tour life? Is it calmer than it seems, or like is it do the show, go to the hotel, or is it do the show, party all fucking night long, and then go do another show?
It all depends on how you feel.
Yeah.
So we had people that we went on tour with that were like a part of our you know, our group
Yep.
that went out and party. But me personally, no, just because like we had to go from city to city, state to state. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
just like it's a wear and tear on your body, man. Like your voice, like all of that. You know, you got to remember, like you're doing 20 shows in 30 days.
For
you
sure.
know, it's back to back to back to back to back. And
Yeah.
on top of that, you're traveling a couple hours, like almost every show.
Yeah.
You know, and on top of that, you have to get on stage, rock out for 30 minutes, and then after that, you gotta interact with the crowd.
Oh,
Basically.
yeah.
You know, people are coming up to your merch table. That's how you sell merch.
For sure.
Sitting at the merch table. A lot of people don't like. They told us before, like a lot of people didn't do that, but
So
it's really beneficial. When
Was the
you do.
were the merch sales? Was it cracking?
It was great,
Yeah.
and you could tell the difference, like when. Like, you sit at the merch table when you don't. Like, it was a couple times where I was like, all right, I'm going to go out. Like, I just got done performing. I'm going to go outside and smoke, chill, or whatever, you know. And I'd almost forget to go back in. Like, oh, man, this set is almost over, you know. So I got to hurry up and go back in. But, like, for the most part, I sat at the merch table. I made sure that I wore my merch.
Yeah.
Every time you wear your merch on stage, people come up to you like, yo, I want the shirt you got on right now.
Yep. That's dope.
So
That's crazy. That's dope. What was your relationship like with Mac and Huncho before?
So, like, we knew each other.
Yep.
We didn't have any music or anything together like that, but like I just respected their you know what I'm saying, their hustle, their grind. I like their music personally.
For
you
sure.
know? Like, even before I met them, like they were already my playlist.
Yeah.
So, like, when I met them and then like seeing how humble they were, seeing how cool they were, it was like we clicked instantly. You know. So
Are you working on music during the tour or not? Don't you really have time?
Not necessarily. We worked on some, but not a lot.
Yeah.
It was more like we were just tired, man.
For sure.
It's like tour is fun. Don't get me wrong. You have to remember that you have to have fun with this. Otherwise, you're gonna just be frustrated the entire time, or just like, you know, like it is tiring.
Yeah.
It is very tiring.
Gotta
but
be.
you have to remember why you're doing it, and the feedback that you get from the crowd just gets you pumped up every time. You know.
Yeah. Adrenaline.
Yeah.
What was the biggest takeaway from tour?
Takeaway like
What was the thing that you took away from coming off the tour? What was the biggest thing that you were like, damn, that?
Man, the biggest. Oh man, that's hard.
You can give me a couple of them if you want to.
All right.
However you want to answer it. It's your interview.
When I go back on tour, I'm gonna make sure that I have a big enough vehicle and we have enough space for everybody. That was one thing. That was probably like one of the main things, just because like we were pretty cramped up, you know. But like I said, it was still fun.
Yeah, and you got to go through shit like that too.
Yeah.
To get where you want to go to.
Exactly.
You want to get that.
It's a lesson learned.
You want to get that Sprinter with the 72-inch TV and
we were just looking at Prof's band the whole time, like, man, you lucky as hell.
That's what. But honestly, like that's to me in my mind for him, that's got to be part of it, right?
Yeah, he
it's
worked
like
his
I'm
ass off
gonna
to
bring
get
these guys with, and not only am I gonna put them on a stage, but I'm gonna show them what they're working for.
Yep.
I'm not gonna let them have it, but I'm gonna let them see it.
No, real talk.
That's motivation.
They treated us really good. Though.
That's
I ain't
great.
gonna lie. They treated us like we were stars.
How many cities was it?
I don't know.
A lot.
We did 20 different cities. I don't know how many different states, because some of the states that we did like 2 shows in like some of the states, but like it was 20 different cities. Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't do the same city twice.
That's really dope. That's really dope. And I'm really glad. I mean, that's just aside from the fact that obviously you got to do that, as well as Mac and Huncho.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I have my own personal qualms with Prof, but I do like the fact that he reached back
Man.
and brought. And this is gonna sound maybe wild coming out of my mouth as a white man, but I'm glad that he reached back and grabbed people that were not of his skin complexion to bring with, because that's who the culture belongs to, and he's a guest, as am I, and I think that that's important. And I've been preaching that for a long time.
I don't think there's no color on hip hop though. I mean, like I get it, but at the same time, it's like you can't sit there and tell somebody who isn't black, oh, this isn't your, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
black people do country music, white people do rap music. It ain't got no color on it.
black people started country music too, though.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And rock and roll. Yeah.
You learn something new every day, David.
so I mean, I hear you. I hear you for sure. And I mean, I understand the sentiment. I just think that I think it's important for it to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's important for artists that are white to make sure that it's acknowledged. And more than acknowledged, it's got to be appreciated. And I mean, you got to show it in some way. So I'm glad to see it. And that's been one of my biggest knocks on like Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Is they really haven't done that. You know what I mean? They really haven't done that.
Yeah.
So to see Prof break away from that and then start doing what.
Trust me, man. My dad is who
I know,
he is. So
I know.
I've heard that my entire life.
I know you have. I know you have. I know it. I know.
He liked Prof though. I'll give him that. He said
Yeah.
he'd been told us that he liked Prof. So like that was cool. So like when I first told him, I was like wait, no, he said he liked Prof, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he liked it. He was cool. Him and Prof chopped it up several times. Like, it was pretty cool, man.
Was he? Your pops wasn't with you the whole time, right?
No, he came.
Oh yeah, because he came and did a damn interview in the middle of the. Yeah.
It was crazy, bro. We was on tour, like, waiting for these interviews to drop.
Were you?
Literally, bro.
Man.
We was in the car. We listened to my dad's interview and P. Will's interview when we were on the road.
That's awesome to hear. Because what's funny is we had conversations like that in the studio here.
Dang.
Like I bet you they're out there watching and talking about it and all that shit.
Bro.
That's great.
Y'all gave us something to watch.
That's phenomenal. And we dropped that 5 days a week too, so
Yeah.
every day you had something.
He came. I think he came for the first 3 shows.
Okay.
Came till Chicago. Yeah.
That's dope.
Third show he left, and then he came back for the last 2.
That's really awesome. So I want to get into. So we were talking about it a little bit off the mic, but I want to give you the on the mic flowers so people can know. I was there when it really all. What you're telling me really is what started it all for you at the infamous Lyric Marid Power Moves release party at the Caboose. And I remember, I think me and Joe were walking in, and you were like standing in line as an artist. And then somebody was like, you were like, I'm an artist. And they were like, oh, well, get the fuck in there then.
Yeah.
But
I was still young, man.
You were. How old were you then?
I was like, I don't even know.
You had the X's on your hand and everything.
I don't think I had an ID or nothing. I don't even remember, man.
That might have been why you were standing in line.
Yeah, probably.
They were like, no, you can't.
I was just trying to finesse probably to get in or something.
Yeah. They might have had to have Lyric come get you. I don't know. But I just remember seeing you. And for whatever reason, I think probably the jersey and like the bandana or whatever it was, it made an impression.
Yeah.
And then we stepped out and we saw you were the first performer that night, and we stepped out and we watched you, and the fucking energy was nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was just at the time where like people were putting me on first.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was, not to sound cocky or anything like that, but I just felt like I was a good performer. I had good music. So when people put me on first, it was like, all right, I can't be mad at that, just because like it gives me something to prove,
Yeah.
So when they put me on first, it was just like, all right, well, now I got to set the tone.
Yeah.
And like that specific day, I don't know I think I did a show earlier that day too, I think that's what it was. So I was already like kind of pumped up. And like I went to I did a show. Then after the show, I went to, where did I go? I think they were having like something. My stepfather passed away probably like a year or 2 before that. So they were having like some like memorial thing for him. So in the midst of between those 2 shows, I went to go do that. And I was like, just like, I don't know what it was. I was just like in my feelings or something. And then I went to go do the show, and I just took out all the anger, all the emotion. I just let that shit out on the stage.
Is that something you still do?
Oh, hell yeah.
Put it all out there?
I learned how to do it that show.
Yeah. That's so crazy. Because like I was telling you, like that was also where it started for me. That same night. We were sitting in the green room back there. We had our whole setup, and we interviewed everybody. We interviewed Metasota, Mac Irv, Jay Plaza, all of Deeply Rooted Tribe, you.
Yeah.
I think the only person
Y. Khalik, I think.
Y. Khalik?
I think so. He was there.
He was there for sure.
Yeah.
The only person we didn't interview that night was Lyric. Because he was too busy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He was too busy. He had way too much going on. But yeah, it was such a crazy night. And it was the night that I realized, like, there's something special here.
Yeah.
There's something special here.
I hadn't had anything prior with Lyric either. I don't know exactly why to this day I can't tell you why he put me on that show or like where he saw me at to was like, all right, I want him on the show. But like I appreciated it.
Might have been Pops.
Maybe, but I don't think they didn't really have like a super tight relationship like that or nothing.
Okay.
So like I can't even say that.
I remember the first time I interviewed you, you told me that your dad was super critical of you.
Yeah.
Your music early on.
Early on,
that
he not so much now. He kind of feels like I have it now, like not have it, but
yeah,
like, I know what I'm doing,
But I think you said it in a way that it was like it was a reinforcement. It was a critique. It was critique that you needed.
Yeah. His it's unethical, but I understand what he's doing. You know what I mean? He might just come in and be like, "Yo, turn this off. This sucks," but he doesn't actually mean it sucks. It's like he just feels like you could do better.
Do better.
But in his eyes, that's how he's supposed to do it.
I'm like that with my kids too.
And like for a long time, I hated it just because it was like, man, why does he gotta treat me like this? I'm his son,
Of course.
But like he's only doing that because he loves you, and he's making sure that you are not the same as everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard love, and for a long time I didn't understand that, but now it's like, if he does that now, I'm just like, all right, whatever.
For sure. I mean, that's the point, really. Like,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to understand it then. You're supposed to
Yeah.
understand it later.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is you mentioned that, like, he wanted to make sure you don't sound like everybody else. You don't sound like anybody else.
Yeah, I like to think so anyway.
I can't think of an artist that I would compare you to.
Thank you.
Not a single one.
Thank you.
So
I,
what-
I don't think I've ever got compared to an artist.
No.
I have, but like, even the people that I get compared to, like, they're already like on. They're, you know what I'm saying? I got
Who have you been compared to?
only 2 people my entire life, and honestly, I was making music before I ever heard both of them. I rapped the same way that I'm rapping right now before I heard either one of them. C. Honcho and Stunner for Vegas.
Huh. Okay. I don't know Honcho at all.
See what I'm saying?
Stunner, I guess I sort of get that. I would say more like early Meek. I could see that.
I never got that. That's a good compliment, though. Appreciate that.
Yeah, like early Meek makes, but you don't sound like him. It's just there's a similar cadence and like
Yeah.
style, super high, energetic. I could see
I
that.
think that's exactly what everybody said. That's why they compared me to those two, just because it's like super high. And,
Yeah,
like,
I could see. I
the
could see. It.
assertiveness in your voice, like when you're rapping. But I like when I'm in the studio and make music. I like to rap like how I'm gonna perform.
Mm.
So like in my head when I'm making a song and recording it, I gotta do it to where like, okay, can I perform it like this? You know,
Yeah.
just because I've seen people make songs and then they can't necessarily perform them.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
for sure. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So, you got any opinions on these terrible, dumbass Mount Rushmores that these Live on Lake Street guys keep putting out?
Man, see, like the main one that everybody talks about is Minneapolis. I'm not from Minneapolis.
North Side.
I can't even.
Can't call it?
I can't call it, man. I can't be the person to say like, oh yeah, this person needs to go in there. This person needs to go in there. Take this person off. I'm from St. Paul. I can't really say too much. You know what I mean?
So if you had to put together your own St. Paul Mount Rushmore, what would you? How would you do it?
St. Paul, Mount Rushmore. Man, that's tough, bro. Cause I like a lot of people, man. I'm not biased. I'm not. A lot of people like look for stuff to not like somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, he makes this kind of music or he makes songs with this person. I like everybody. I'm always the person that's trying to find like a reason to like somebody or like
Yeah.
somebody's music, just because like everybody's different. But if I had to put them up, man, that's
Just for the record, it don't mean that
Yeah,
any
there- yeah,
5, 6,
alright,
7, 8,
alright.
9, 10. There's a lot.
Alright, I'm putting Tech in there for sure.
Okay.
Meta.
Mhm.
Man. This is tough.
I kind of forget that you, even after I just said this, it was trying to give you your flowers about watching your come up from that show, from that night. You're kind of a young OG. You
Kinda.
know what I mean? Like
I'm
you
not young, but I'm not old.
but in my mind, like you still live in my mind as like a young
Yeah,
artist.
yeah,
Not to say that you're old, but like that was 7 years
7
ago.
years ago, yeah.
You know what I mean? So just the fact that you say Tech and Meta,
You're like, man, what? Like,
that
what
lets
you
me
know
know.
about
That
this?
lets me know where you where you're
well,
from.
you gotta think about it, bro. My dad is
True.
who he is. So I grew around.
Yeah.
I grew up around all them.
Yeah, that's true. So Tech, Meta,
Man, bro, this is so tough. I don't even know, bro. I don't know if y'all would consider my dad from St. Paul, but if y'all would, then I'm putting my dad in there for sure.
I mean, does he consider himself from St. Paul?
He is from St. Paul technically, but
then-
like, and he could rap like as old as he is, and he don't drop music. He could rap circles around y'all favorite artists.
Count it. We can count it.
All right, I'm gonna count him as my third. I'm putting myself as fourth.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I like it. Now, I'm not mad at that at all. What about like videographers? You've worked with a lot of videographers.
Matt Wells off the rip. That's
Yep.
my man's.
Mhm.
He going crazy. I don't know if you guys know who Henry is. He's like a
Henry
younger
Smisek?
cat.
Dumb.
Raw.
Yeah. The best. Right now, I think the best right now. In
I'm
my
throwing
opinion.
I'm throwing Robert Henry in there for sure.
Yep.
And man, I feel like everybody's gonna hate me though. But I mean, these are just like the people I think of off the rip. Like if I was to shoot a video, who I would want to shoot it right now. And Anthony Brown for sure.
Yeah. No, I don't think anybody's gonna hate you for that. Those are good answers. I mean, and you know what's funny is I think just you mentioning Robert reminds me of Robert.
Yeah.
He don't get brought up enough in this conversation.
He's one of the ghosts, bro.
He really is.
Like, they sleep on Robert.
No, you're right. But that's because, you know why? Because Robert doesn't play in the local scene.
Nah, he stays to himself.
He stays to himself.
Yeah.
He shoots
He
fire.
just works, bro. That's all he does is working. Like,
Yeah.
behind the scenes stuff, like people don't even know, you know. Me and Robert are actually cool, you know. So
Yeah. He's definitely a GOAT. So I'm curious now that you've had this experience out on tour and experience in like places outside of Minnesota.
yeah,
Does that bring a new perspective to you about our scene here?
man, I don't want nobody to hate me for this, but I ain't gonna lie. Minnesota is I love the scene here, but at the same time, like it's just too much. Like it's too cliquey for me, man. Like and just going outside of Minnesota for a whole month and just seeing like different, you know what I'm saying, going to different states and different cities and seeing the love that you get from people, like I said, that don't know you.
Yep.
From a can of paint, they don't know who you are at all.
Yep.
But then they turn around and like, yo, you're my new favorite rapper. Like, you are amazing. Like, we had people get their names, like we signed their skin and they're going to get tattoos. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like this, life changing. But I never experienced nothing like that.
That's crazy.
Minnesota people would never. They would never, ever, ever do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like the love that we got other places, bro. It was just like, you don't get that same kind of love here in Minnesota, I feel like, personally, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people throw hate at people that leave Minnesota just because they're not getting that kind of love here, which I understand, but at the same time, you can't make it nowhere else unless you make it in your own city first. That's just how I was taught, you know?
I think that used to be true. But I think with the internet now, I think that's all changed.
Yeah.
You can fuck around and move to Greenland today and be like, yeah, I'm from here. What? Nobody would even be like, okay.
Nobody was second guessing.
Yeah, you just be like, yeah, we got this great new artist here.
They start representing you for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's really true because I mean, there are artists from here that have proven that.
Yeah.
I was just talking about it in a prior interview. Taylor J is a perfect example of it. His fan base isn't in Minnesota,
Yeah.
but clearly he has an enormous fan
Yeah,
base.
mine ain't. My biggest fan base in Minnesota either.
Bro,
So
that's
I get
sad.
it, man.
That's sad.
It is. It is. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you have a fan. Like, Taylor J has a fan base here.
I mean, he does, but his core fan base,
Yeah,
isn't.
it's not here.
It's
yeah.
not
Which
here.
It's sad though.
Probably not even in this country, to be honest.
Nah, mine's just in like, where Russia or some shit. Like something weird.
Oh shit,
Bro, just weird. Like,
shit.
bro, it's weird, bro.
Bro, Russia's pulling up in the tanks into the Ukraine, bumping Tay Supreme. Oh my God. Oh no.
All the time, bro. I had fans in Ukraine, bro. I used to have people send me videos in Ukraine. I promise you.
Let me find out Putin's pulling up to some Tay Supreme.
I'm dead.
Pulling up to the war, pulling up to World War III.
Thinking that's Supreme.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh,
I go viral for that.
yes, you would for sure. Matter of fact, we can maybe edit that out. You might want to make a video of that.
Jeez.
You might want to. I don't know.
You in Ukraine and y'all watching right now. Need that.
Get on your TikTok.
Oh, God.
Get on your TikTok. I'm telling you. Okay, so what were we? Oh, we were talking about videographers.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something. I don't remember what I was going to ask you about videographers. So we'll just move on.
Right.
What are you working on now? Like what happens now? So you're off tour. Or do you take a break? Or you get right back to it?
So we're supposed to be leaving for South by Southwest tomorrow. I'm still undecided if I want to go, just because I'm fresh off tour, you know. But at the same time, it is work. I don't want to just like
You Hollywood?
Huh?
You Hollywood? You said fuck South by
No.
Southwest?
No, it's like I've done South by Southwest for several years.
Yeah.
It's just like it's only so much stuff you can get out of it. Not
Yeah.
saying that I wouldn't be getting nothing out of it, but like I feel like the first year that I went, I got the most out of it. And
Tour didn't go to Texas, right?
No.
It was a Midwest tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like so yeah, like I mean I guess that would be another reason why I should go, but at the same time it's just like I got a kid,
Yeah.
bro. So it's like being away from him for a month was already like hard enough, you know, and just be trying to go for another week to go and do. But at the same time it's just like I don't know. It's worth it.
It's that balance.
Man, it's hard.
It's tough.
It's hard to determine what's the right thing and what's the wrong thing to do, you know, but I got to just remind myself that I'm doing it for him.
That's a responsible mindset, though.
Yeah.
You should definitely at least be, even if you make the decision to go,
Yeah.
the fact that you're thinking about it, that's a sign.
right,
That's a sign of maturity and fatherhood. How is fatherhood?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's challenging because, you know, you got to get up every couple hours to, you know, in the middle of your sleep. But
Especially
other than that part.
especially at that age, because
Yeah.
as dads, we feel like we're worthless at that age. Like, they don't want us.
We want to know stuff. It's like, just talk to us. Tell me what you
Yeah.
want, but they can't. So
And what they would say is, "Where the fuck is mom?
facts.
Get the fuck out of my
Get out of
face! You can't do shit for me."
That's how you feel half the time.
Yeah, I've been through it a couple times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand. It can be a tough position, but fatherhood is great.
Yeah.
It is great. And now you got, like you said, now you got something. You got another whole person
To live for.
to live for or worry about, and like your career. Now that gives your career something else too.
That's
Like, it's not
that's
just
the gas,
about-
that puts that gas in the tank right there.
Yeah, it's not just about you reaching them peaks. It's about creating generational wealth for him. Shit.
Yeah. So yeah, the South by Southwest. That's like the next possible thing that I can do, which is I would leave tomorrow.
Okay.
So, but other than that, I don't really get. I'm just making songs. I'm not even dropping songs. It's crazy. I'm just making them.
Just making music.
I got, shit in the vault.
You got plans for drops or no?
that's-
No plans.
I'm just making songs, but that's how a lot of my stuff came along. Just like making songs, and I'm just like, all right, well, I got this many songs. Maybe I should drop a tape. I haven't dropped a tape in like a year or two. You know, I haven't dropped anything.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I haven't dropped a tape since 2020, and I think I only dropped 2 songs since then. But the craziest part is that I'm just like making songs, and I'm just like, all right, well, I got this many songs. Maybe I should drop a tape. I haven't dropped a tape in like a year or two. You know, I haven't dropped anything.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I haven't dropped a tape since 2020, and I think I only dropped 2 songs since then. But the craziest part is that I still get booked. So, yeah, I can't really. You
I
know what
mean, that says something though. It doesn't even just say something necessarily specifically about you, but about music. Like dropping music isn't always
it's
the
not always
best
thing,
move.
yeah.
It's not always the thing.
You gotta let it, saturate. And
Exactly.
Let people, inhale it for a while. And
Push
stuff. Just
push the music that you
drop it,
already
drop
dropped.
it. I feel like a lot of people, not saying it's a bad thing, because some people get on doing that. You know what I'm saying? Dropping songs every week.
Yep.
And it shows, like, you know what I'm saying, shows your worth ethic. But at the same time, like, you don't give people time to really take in a song, or you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
might drop. I got songs that I did 5 years ago that people come like, bro, I love this. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like that song. Like, you like that song 5 years ago? Like, I've dropped way better songs since then. But, you know, they're just now catching on. They're just now finding out who I am. So,
There's something for everybody. That might just be the one that resonates.
you feel me?
Yeah. Did you notice like what changed, like followers, streams, what changed off of your tour? Did you see a
More
lot of it?
engagement. I got a lot more engagement
Okay.
with everything that I do. Like, I go live. I got a lot more people in my life now.
Wow.
Post something, I got a lot more people commenting on it, liking it. A big thing for me was my, YouTube. A lot of people were, commenting on my YouTube, like, yo, I seen you last night in Syracuse, or I seen you last night in Brooklyn, New York. Like, what? On my YouTube, though. Like,
Bro, the world lives on YouTube.
yeah.
The world
I
lives
think
on
that was, one of
YouTube.
my biggest platforms that I got the most engagement on. after
I'm
YouTube,
not
for sure.
surprised by that, especially the kids, man.
Yeah.
Bro, there's kids
Oh, my God.
there's
bro.
kids out there that don't even know what's like. You'd be like, "Hey, have you seen this?" They'd be like, "Is it on YouTube?" No, it's a movie. Did you see the new Batman? Is it on YouTube?
No.
Like what? Like for real? And my kids are like that.
Yeah.
They're like, "Is it on YouTube? Can I watch it on YouTube?" Like that's
YouTube's
all they
shit.
watch.
I guess I got to make sure I engage more on YouTube. People start going live on YouTube, too, now.
Yeah.
So,
It's smart.
yeah.
It's definitely smart.
Social media is just like where I struggle at. I hate social media.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing you can do for someone that struggles with social media, this is just my own personal little gem. Pick one and link it to everything else.
I
So
do
you
that.
don't got to worry about shit else.
I do it on Instagram. I post on Instagram and link it to everything.
And then you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
That's it. I really think that's the best move.
Yeah.
And then you can even get an app now where, like, if you go live on one, you're all live on the other two.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a game changer right there.
Yeah. I
So
forget what
I'll be like, all right, Instagram isn't really popping like that. Let me get on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or like, I've been on Instagram for hours. I'm finna get on Facebook now. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
live there. I didn't know you could go live.
Yeah,
on
there's
all
apps out there you can
that.
download.
That is so dope.
You usually got to pay for them. But it
I
can
wouldn't
be-
mind,
yeah.
honestly. That way I ain't got to do it all. You know what I'm saying?
You can go, yeah, you can fuck around and go live on YouTube, IG, and Facebook all at the same time.
That's
Twitter too.
crazy.
I didn't even know Twitter had live still.
Wait, they got live?
Yeah,
Bruh. You see what I'm saying? I don't like social media. I
Yeah.
don't be knowing half of this
yeah.
shit, bro.
You can
I just,
you can
people
set it
tell
up.
Me, I'm just like, wow, really? Like, every time, bro. Like,
I mean, if it's working for you without it, then fuck it.
somewhat, I feel like it would be.
You might be able to.
I would get way more engagement, or like stuff would like be more than what it is if I was more active on social media. I just like a lot of people just get caught up in it. Like,
You gotta have goals.
especially TikTok. Like, oh my God, I'm so I'm so over TikTok already, bro. Like, every time you talk to somebody, like, they're like, oh yeah, I found this on TikTok, or I see this on TikTok, or this on TikTok. I'm like, bro, it's like your whole life
That's the only other place.
revolved around TikTok, or like, do you not? And then you go to concerts and everybody's got their phone out on live, or, bro, just put your phone down, enjoy the concert. I love to just enjoy the concert. I hate whipping my phone out. Like, so if people see
Same.
me out, like, oh, you went to that? I didn't see you post. Yeah, you're never going to see me post it half the time because I don't like to pull my phone out and post it. I like to just enjoy the moment.
I mean, honestly, that might be a strength. Maybe that's not a negative at all.
I feel like I'm an old soul or something. I don't know.
I'm with you, though. What's funny is, like, I do it instinctually.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it. Now I look, oh, I have my phone.
See,
Put that shit away.
it's just
I didn't
it's just a thing that everybody does. It's
Content, bro.
Yeah.
Content.
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can get a little bit of content. Because here's the thing. Like, people will go to a concert and they'll film 30 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that? Nothing.
Cut it up, maybe.
Film 14 seconds and it's going to do the same thing. Because all it is for your social media.
Yeah.
Film 14 seconds, put your shit away, and then you're good to go. You got it.
They just want to impress people to let them know that they were there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess on some level I get that. Take pictures then.
Yeah.
All right, take a 40-minute video. And what do you, now your phone space is used up. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
You gotta upload
I
it
think I
to
was
your
like the most
computer.
active on social media when I was on tour. Just
Really?
because I feel like I had to be.
Mm.
A lot of people were asking me, like, how's tour? How's this? How's that? It was like, instead of me responding to everybody, I was just like, I'm just going to post it.
Just go look.
Yeah. Just go look at just go look at my social media.
That's smart, though. That's a good call. I feel like that's the best use of social media.
Yeah.
Because I'll fuck around and tell people, hey, how'd that shit go? Go check my story.
Just go look.
I literally, because we did the show at Gold Room on Friday.
Yeah.
Crazy. And people were hitting me like, hey, how'd the show go?
Go look.
Go watch
I went
my story.
live, yeah.
Go watch
I
my
watched
story.
it live for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was crazy. It was fun in there. We might have to get you on one of them shows.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm
we
with that,
might
bro.
have to do it. Maybe.
It ain't a show, it's a prank. No, I'm just like,
No, it's a fact. It's a fact.
we'll turn it up, man, every time.
All right, my last question. You ready for this?
What's up?
Current top 5 artists in Minnesota.
Ah, shit. Here we go. Man, I don't want nobody to get butt hurt, none of that.
I
I'm
do.
gonna say this off the rip just because like I know people gonna be like, oh, I'm not in your top 5 or he's hating on me or something like that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. I fuck with a lot of artists. I fuck with a lot of people on different, you know what I'm saying, different aspects. But
Whatever artist out there feels like you should have been in his top 5, you were 6.
I'll take that. Yep.
Yeah.
You were 6. Yep.
You were 6.
I'm gonna just do this just because these are the people that I personally like listen to probably like the most.
Okay.
Not necessarily like. Yeah, I guess if you listen to them, they're
You
probably
ain't got to cop, please. This is your opinion. This is your interview. Fuck them.
Alright. I can put myself in there, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'll put myself in there because I definitely listen to myself the most. One, I'm gonna go with P. Will for sure.
Yeah.
I can't even just put P. Will in there. I'm gonna put the whole
Whole
choir.
choir.
Can I do
It's
that?
common.
Because I fuck with
It's
all of them.
almost every episode. So everybody says, yeah.
I gotta put the whole
Hood choir is now 1. You get 1. You can't
Nah,
use
you
them
gotta
all.
Put the whole choir. in
Yeah.
there, bro. I fuck with all of them.
Yep.
So yeah, the hood choir. I fuck with Casanova.
Mm-hmm.
Mac for sure.
Which one? Oh, you already said hood choir, so Mac
Yeah,
Irv.
Mac. What is that? 3,
That's 4.
4.
Yep.
So 5th person.
5's always the toughest.
Ooh.
You got a 17-person carousel in your head right now. Huh?
Man, bro, it's like, I can't.
Just hit the button, stop, and then whatever one it lands on, that's it.
That's still hard, bro. That's still hard. A 5th, I'm gonna have to go with. Damn, bro. I might have to go with the whole You Know It because I fuck with everybody and then You Know It too.
All of them, the whole.
Bro. I listen to all of them. I listen to Sleepy. I listen to Kari. I listen to Suavo. I listen to all of them, bro.
All right.
So it's not. I can't even. That's really what I'm like. Damn, I can't really just say one.
Somehow you just finessed 27 people in your top 5.
Hey,
I like
man,
it. I
that's
like
how you
it.
gotta do it,
Nah, I
bro.
like it. I like it, man. This is
I listen to the whole group.
this is a good conversation, man. I'm excited for you. I was excited about the tour. I'm excited to see what happens next. I want to see you out here on your own tour.
Yeah, that's
real.
what they were saying too.
Yeah.
Everybody on tour was like, yeah, anytime you have anything coming in our city, let us know.
I think Minnesota should do that. I think we should put together our own tours and
it'd be
move.
crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy if we actually did that
Yeah.
because, like, man,
It could be done.
It could be.
Maybe Live on Lake Street's working on it.
Ooh, Live on Lake Street tour coming soon.
Might be happening. Might be happening. Where can they find you at?
At TAE_Supreme, TAE_Supreme on all social media platforms, man. I hate when people have a million different ad names. So.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. At TAE Supreme. You know what I'm saying? All social media platforms.
That's it. I appreciate your time, man. This is fun. Good conversation. Another episode of Live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1. We out.
Damn, Woody. In high school, I let it blam, Woody. I wasn't playing, Woody. I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B right, then ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about.
Either this is going to work or this is not going to work.
Yeah.
And I think he just got to a point where it's like, I'm putting all my everything into this and it's not working.
Yeah.
I'm
not getting out what I'm putting
exactly.
in 100%.
I actually think he was wrong.
I think so.
I think he was on his way.
It's always that one moment where like you doubt yourself or you think like it's
Yep.
not gonna go how I wanted to or it's not going how I wanted to.
But then he met his wife.
That's okay. That's another thing that I was gonna say.
And I think that he was on the edge, and then he met his wife, and he was like,
Fuck
off
it,
the edge.
yeah.
Fuck it. I'm doing that.
He want to be invested, man. He said and another thing he told me was that he wasn't spending enough time with his kid.
Yeah, for sure.
And he just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, be focused on that and, you know what I'm saying, him getting married. So that was probably, you know what I'm saying, like music was just like a
I think it was a good decision. I mean, I hate it because obviously we want him here.
good decision, but not a great one.
Right. but let's say it seems like it was the right decision for him.
Yeah.
It made sense for him.
Yeah.
And he's honest. He said, I don't regret it.
He's happy.
He's happy.
That's all that matters.
That's
you know
all
what
that
I'm saying?
matters.
Especially in life. Like,
And it ain't going nowhere.
no.
He could come on back
Tomorrow,
right now.
Fuck around, kill the
Anytime he
whole
wants to,
scene.
he
Fuck
could come
around,
back.
kill the whole scene, bro. Like,
And that'd be great if he did.
man,
That'd be
so many
great.
people would be happy about that.
For real. All right, you ready to go?
Let's get it.
Another episode of Live on Lake Street.
I don't know how to say it. Say it. Say it.